Hey guys, how's it going? Eli here, back with another video where today we're going to be having a conversation if now is the best time to pick up Hidden Fates Pokemon cards as well as products. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So as always, getting it out of the way, we do weekly giveaways each and every week. And of course, it is Monday. Monday is the day in which we announce the winners. As always, to enter in, just be subscribed, leave a like and comment down below on any of the videos we post each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have 3 winners that will each be receiving 12 million star booster packs. Like I said, these come straight from a booster box. And since you can also comment and like on each of the videos that we post Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you have 3 opportunities to win, 3 opportunities to enter. And then on top of that, once we hit 5,000 subs, then we're going to hit our next milestone goal for giving away products. So we'll probably start giving away 16 packs to each person, or who knows, we might start getting back into some older product and start giving away some bigger and better things if that's something you guys are interested in. But we'll talk about that when we get there. We haven't even hit 3,000, but we've gone so far in growth, and I can't thank you guys enough. But drum roll for the 3 winners of the day. Congratulations to Brad R.O. And I just want to say this too. SDC has been around on this YouTube channel for, I don't know, at least since the start of the year, I want to say. So he's been here for, 4, 5, 6 months, like as possible. And he was here back when I didn't even have 1,000 subs. And he just had terrible luck on being able to pull packs. And now he finally did it. And honestly, I think it's probably better because you got it from Brilliant Star instead of Fusion back when Fusion was the main set. And you got 12 packs. So shout out to SDC. Finally, he's commented on like every single one of my videos. So shout out to him. Super stoked that he finally won after like 6 months. And then Yezo as well. You 3 are the winners. Shout out to you. As always, make sure if you would like to get your packs, all you have to do is send us an email at support@PokemartUSA.com. Sorry, had to space out for a second. Or you can always DM me on our Discord. Discord links also in the description down below. I respond better on Discord, but you can email as well. And then just send a screenshot of basically your YouTube account, just saying that you're signed in. It doesn't have to literally be like, it could be so many different ways in which you do it, but I just want to see any sort of verification knowing it's you. And then once you've done that, then send us over your address, and then we'll ship it off on over to you. So super exciting. Congrats once again to you 3, and especially SDC. So, but now that we got that out of the way, we're going to be jumping into today's topic, which is now the time for Hidden Fates. And let me move my face up to the top left corner so we can really get this going. And so the main purpose, or the point that I made this video, is basically, I'm someone who's very active when it comes to looking at the general Pokemon market, whether it be I just follow all things Pokemon market. Like literally, this is my life. So in regards to Hidden Fates, obviously Hidden Fates is one of the most popular sets in the, in just Pokemon of all time. Some people say arguably it's one of the best, if not the best set. And so, we had a large period of time where basically prices on Hidden Fates, not only product, back in, early 2020, late 2019, where you had Hidden Fates ETBs going for upwards of, couple like $300 plus $400. You had the tins going for almost like $100 at one point. And then, I want to say up until like, March of 2021, you got the ETB reprint. You had multiple reprints of the tins that had happened. And so it was one of these things where these cards were still just getting pumped out. They were still getting reprinted. And so a lot of people, of course, asked me, Eli, is there a chance that these sets are going to be reprinted? Is there a chance that, we could see a Hidden Fates reprint? And to my answer, I'm going to say more than likely no. And the reason for that is because we're talking competitive standard. It rotated out in 2021 back in August. So it was no longer a competitively viable set. So it made sense that March of 2021 was when you saw its last reprint for the ETBs, because then it was just no more relevant. There's just no more relevance from a competitive viability. But from there, if you've been following my videos for the longest time, like I've been posting, I want to say back since July, I've been saying, don't buy Hidden Fates, don't buy Hidden Fates, don't buy Hidden Fates. It's going to keep going down. It's going to keep going down. It's going to keep going down. And the reason why I talked that specifically when talking about singles is I had mentioned a lot that there was a large amount after the reprint there's a large amount of Hidden Fates that just got sent into PSA because it was literally right around the time that PSA was just about to close up for shop to try and get all caught up on submissions. And so you saw just an exorbitant amount of just Hidden Fates cards get sent in, not only during that time, but you also saw back in like early to mid to late 2020. And if we're talking about people like myself who had sent in submissions, I want to say at the start of 2020, back when they were doing a special for, I think it was $7.50 is how much I was sending them in for at the time. Of course, that sounds like a dream shot now, but I know the price went all the way up to $9 to $10 sometime at the start of 2021. But a lot of people basically were still sending in submissions during that time, and the estimated turnaround time was, I want to say anywhere from 6 months to a year. And so my big prediction was that you were going to see a large kind of flood of product for Hidden Fates cards, specifically graded, to just get thrown on the market. You're going to see a ton of 9s, you're going to see a ton of 10s. And so I said, wait, once you hit past September time, early 2022, then I'm going to say, then you can start looking at buying, because that's when, in my opinion, a lot of these prices are going to bottom out. Obviously, it's a little bit different of a story in regards to sealed product, but that's just because sealed product, in my opinion, is out of rotation. But still, we're going to talk about all three. We're going to talk about raw, we're going to talk about ungraded, and then graded, and then we're going to talk about sealed. And also, actually, we're going to talk about one more, which is going to be promos. So these are going to be the 4 main topics for today when talking about Hidden Fates. So the first one we're going to talk about is probably one of my favorites to talk about. It's sealed. And when talking about the value of Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes, just overall, I've mentioned this many times before, and I'll continue to say it. The overall value of these Elite Trainer boxes, since they, found their bottom after the reprint, I think the cheapest they were able to go for was, some places were selling them for 90 to 100 after the initial reprint, which honestly, like, that lasted like this. Like, it went up to 120, 130 really quick, and then you kind of saw it go all the way up to 171 at the most, and then it's just been, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth ranging. And so in regards to the overall value that you've seen from Hidden Fates Elite Trainer boxes, of course, in my opinion, you should be able to find some for probably a cheaper price. Obviously, we can take a look at Pokedata.io. They like to do a little bit of averages across all sites, including eBay, TCG Player, and so on and so forth. So they're probably going to show you a little bit cheaper of an estimate. Yeah, you're probably able to, at best, at this point, buy them for around the 150 price. But the point of this is if you just want to go all the way back to the analytical price data. So like I said, dropped in March, then you saw that quick incline start at April, 130, went up, then went down to 150, kind of slowly climbed, almost hit 150, then slowly went down, then up, then down, then up, and it's been kind of like a flat line of a roller coaster. Like it's just woo, woo, like this. So I love the sound effects. So it's one of those things where in regards to just Elite Trainer boxes, they've been going sideways for a while, and if you can pick up Hidden Fates ETBs, if you can pick them up for 120, 130, I think that's a steal. But if you're picking them up for 140, 150, I think you're making, I think that's a great deal, right? Obviously, that's what it's saying the overall average price is right now. They're saying it's 148. Obviously, TCG Player is telling differently. TCG Player is telling us 166 is going to be the overall average. Obviously, it's saying the weekly average is 160, but if you actually look at some of the recently sold prices, and of course, like I said with Evolving Skies, you really want to wait till the end of the week because these can fluctuate so much. But you had just a large amount that sold for that 145, 155, and then you saw the kind of buy order start to thin out, and then all of a sudden the price transitioned into the point of, where did it go? 164, 174, 169, 165, 69, 69, 69. So it's like you had like these 150s, 157s that popped up, and then all of a sudden the prices started to go up a little bit. Now, once again, it's been mainly a roller coaster. So there's, no guarantee that it's just not going to go whoop, 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 and then it's just going to have 1 to 169 and go back down again. But regardless of the fact of the matter, in my opinion, I think there's an argument to be made that the bottom is done. Like, there's no more, there's no more better opportunity right now than to get in in my personal opinion, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, if you're trying to get into hidden fates, specifically sealed, then right now, if you're trying to get those prices, I mean, even if we're looking at it from a monthly perspective, obviously, even from a 3-month perspective, it's still making higher lows from its previous low, and so that just shows a progression of incline over time. So the next goal, of course, is if this does break 169, then it's going to be making a higher high, and so that means you're really going to start to see growth from Hidden Fates Elite Trainer Box. And regardless of the fact, this has been going sideways forever, so you've been able to pick up on this opportunity to get it at as cheap as a third of a price, 60% cheaper than what it was going for at its high, 70%. Like, there's so many different things, like, of how much cheaper you're able to get it for now than what it was selling for before it had the reprint. So that's just something that I've always been a huge fan of Hidden Fates, and I think it's a great set. We can take a look as well at the tin values. Like I said before, there was a massive amount of reprints for the tins. At one point, if we want to look at the right shoe, it was going for around $20 after the reprint. It was sitting at around $33 for a while, I want to say. But yeah, I mean, this thing has just been, it's just been going up. It's just been going up for the past year. It hasn't seemed a ton of movement. Obviously, from a percentage perspective, you're talking 52 to 58. That's about a 10% growth within the past, I want to say it's almost a year now. So it's about 2 months away from a year. So the growth from, the past year has basically been pretty much exponential. We saw kind of a flatlining point for a while where it went sideways. But, you take a look at this past month, it's just a stairways up. Past 3 months, it's just a stairways up. So past 6 months looks even nastier. So you're really starting to see a price increase. Of course, from a value perspective, which one would I choose? Personally, the ETBs, because the ETBs have a promo in it. It comes with more packs in it. It comes with that collectability value to it. And then on top of that as well, the value of that has been very much stagnant, and it's not even close to its all-time high of roughly like 350-ish to 400 versus, like I said, these tins were pushing at one point almost $100. So it's like you're really talking about the difference in potential value you could see. Because, I mean, you just take a look at these Hidden Fates Mew pin collection pins, pin collection pins, just pin collections. These pieces got reprints, I want to say, back in 2020, or sorry, not 2020, 2019. Near the end of the year, they had one reprint. I remember them being specifically at GameStop. I can't remember if they were seen in stores outside of that. Someone can correct me if they want, but I do remember them having a reprint for it. It brought down the price a decent amount, but to the point of where, after that, I mean, they're sitting at $126 for a freaking pin collection, guys, which they're supposed to retail for $15. So, these going back to $100 is not anywhere out of the realm of possibility. Hidden Fates, of course, going back to its all-time high, considering it's potentially one of the best sets. I mean, it makes sense as high possibility, but just something to kind of consider. Another thing I wanted to talk to when also referring to Hidden Fates Elite Trainer Boxes, the promo card. I remember this promo card at one point before the reprint was selling for as high as $20. We can kind of see if Polkadata.io has the history for it. If they don't, then that's okay. I mean, a lot of the times they don't, but heck, if they do, then that'll be awesome. Because if you're talking about the fact of the matter that we can go see the growth of a card go from $20. Here, let's take a look first before I say anything. All right, so let us see just overall raw. So if we're talking, yeah, the value, okay, so sweet. They do have the data on this. This is awesome. So average 18, I saw it go for as high as 20, but this is about accurate. And now you're telling me, they're saying 1177 for eBay sold, and TCG player market is $7. I mean, first and foremost, that's awesome that they have that sort of analytical data points, but still, I mean, that is insane. Looks like we can even go farther back. So look, there you go. There, all the way back, 22. Shout out to Polkadata.io and having the data on this information. So this is absolutely massive. This is huge in my opinion. So I think this is a great source of information for us to really go back and take a look and say, okay, you're able to buy this promo for what was $22 and now is going for as literally cheap as, $6, $7, $8 once you include shipping, right? And so the fact of it is, we're talking value of this card at one point was going for $223 in a PSA 10. Obviously, the value has done nothing but drop since then. So if you're wanting to go pick this up in a 10-2, pretty affordable, pretty cheap. If you're looking to mass grade this card, let's say on a Beckett, BGS, and try and hit those black labels, pretty cheap if that's one of your kind of strategies, because that is a strategy for some people when BGS does get more affordable. But either way, if you're a fan of this artwork, I personally am a huge fan of this artwork. I think now's a perfect opportunity to kind of pick some up if you are into promo collecting. I absolutely love it. And it's just ridiculously cheap. So like ridiculously cheap considering how expensive this was. And it's been literally just on like, it's just been, I mean, let's take a look at the past month. It slowly started to climb. Obviously the past 3 months, once again, it's just been a sharp recovery. So it's at its bottom, guys. Like, this is the time to pick this up if you're trying to pick this up. I'm not trying to cause FOMO, but I'm saying that the bottom is more than likely near. I was saying this for a very long time, that wait till September, wait till start of 2022, and this is my kind of video update of, hey guys, now's the time. So we're gonna go back as well. We're gonna take a look at just some of the raw value on the cards. Hidden Fates Charizard was on the decline for the longest time. It's semi in an uptrend, but it's definitely found a bottom from what we can see on the chart right there. I mean, you want to just take a look at the Umbreon once again going sideways. You look at the 1 month, it's just been completely upwards. 3 months, it's just completely upwards. But one of the things that makes people, or I shouldn't say makes people, but really puts you at ease and make sure you're not being emotional with these decisions, is understanding it's not like all of a sudden this is a straight rocket. Sure, the 1 month, 3 months going to show that, and maybe the 6 month is going to show that. But when you look at the 1 year, it's just slow incline, right? So from literally, of November all the way to now, it's gone up $10, which is about 12% roughly. 12% in 6 months, I want to say. You have plenty of time to still get these cards, so don't FOMO in right away. But I am saying that I wouldn't be surprised if you did see a pretty sharp incline on the 1 year relatively soon, considering the 1 month, of 3 month, and the 6 month are all showing sharp inclines. The 1 year is going to get there soon enough after having such an absolute massive dropout. I mean, this card at one point was going for 178, guys. Like, it is ridiculously cheap. So if you're someone who's trying to master set just the raw, and what's even more amazing about this is right now, if you're like, I don't care about raw, let's say you're not a binder collector and you just like collecting like PSA 9s, right? These PSA 9s are ridiculously cheap as well. Like, ridiculously cheap. Of course, personally, if you're talking about from an investment perspective, I would say I prefer 10s, obviously, because 10s are going to be a lot harder. But if we just want to take a look right now at the PSA 9 value of the card, $200 was its overall high, and now you're seeing the value of the PSA 10 go all the way down to $87. What is the value for the Umbreon right now that we can see for its lowest price listed on a near mint? $95. You can literally, as we speak, go by, and we can double check. We can go back and we can double check, and we can look at eBay and we can see what an Umbreon. So we can go Hidden Fates Umbreon PSA 9, and we can double check on eBay, and we can see what, of course, the most recently sold listed is right now, right? So if we're talking recently sold, you've got 100, you've got 109, you've got 119. Here's one for 89, 109, 89. So you're talking anywhere between that 89 to 100 range, I would say. Of course, as high as 109, but we obviously saw quite a bit. 89 to 100. You can go buy a 9 for cheaper. So in regards to the value of graded, and I once again was harping on this for the longest time, So if you want to go back and watch some of my earlier videos back that I posted, I want to say in July, August time, kind of summer of 2021, you can really hear a lot of my sentiment kind of align up with what I've been saying for those people who've been following my live streams for a while now, as well as my older content. And I might try and link it if I can possibly find it, because I've posted so many videos if I possibly can to show you which one specifically where I harped on it the most. But as far as it goes, I mean, 9s are ridiculously cheap if you just want to collect it in a slab, right? If you're not talking about wanting to collect in just a slab, and you're like, if I'm gonna get in a slab, I want it in a 10. I mean, 10s are still going for 202, and at one point they were going for twice as much at 400. So we're talking value upon value upon value right now in regards to picking it up. And I mean, the Charizard, once again, going back, taking a look at the correlation, if we're just saying the 10, one point was going for 1300 start of the year. I said, all right, wait till we get to September, and literally once we hit September, it broke below 1,000. And then I said, all right, you know, it could keep going down until the start of the year. It could keep going down until the start of the year. And then let's see where it is at the start of the year. 813. Where are we now? We've just been basically going sideways. So as far as it goes, like, you know, the timing on this, it just makes sense. And it's not to say, like, I'm not making this a video to say, of course, you know, like, look at me, like, I know what's up, I'm right. Because if I'm being completely honest, anyone could have predicted this very easily. If you were just following the sentiment of what PSA was pushing out in regards to their blocks of the times in which they were going to be dropping things, and you were just aware of the submissions that were being sent out to people of PSA for Hidden Fates, then it was pretty easy to track. I had a lot of people that had very similar sentiment with me for the same exact reason, so it was very easy to follow that a lot of the blocks were going to be pumped out at some time in September to early start of the year for Hidden Fates. So, you know, it's more or less just we're going back and we're having this conversation again from when I first posted the video to double check and say, all right, the predictions that I made, was I right? Was I wrong? If I was right, then awesome. Is what did I get wrong if I was wrong? And then what can we do to kind of learn from this? And so mainly what we've learned from this is, once again, using those auction block predictions to see, okay, making sure that we know that Hidden Fates had a large reprint, a lot of this product got dumped out, and so you're able to get up this pick up a lot of this stuff in PSA 10 condition. Of course, if you want to pick up 9s, you're more than welcome to. Obviously, we saw 338, it looks like was the absolute low right before the end of the year, and then you've seen a slow incline up, it looks like. But of course, 10s are still far a greater value in my opinion. If you want to look at the Sylveon, gosh, this Sylveon has dropped so much in value. It's absolutely crazy to see. If we're just once again talking about the 10s, 326, you know, value all the way down as 164, and it's just been going sideways. So just opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, in my opinion, if you're someone that wants to collect on the side of whether it be raw, whether it be, you know, promo, whether it be sealed, or whether it be overall graded. Like, this is just an absolute massive opportunity, because we've just been seeing a flat line. You know, we've been seeing some of them start to slowly incline, but for the most part, a lot of them are really at their sideways point. And since we're now talking about the fact that they're out of rotation, I'm saying that this is where the incline really starts. If you want to start, you know, going up and buying a bunch of, you know, Hidden Fate singles that you plan on sending into BGS after BGS lowers its prices and sending them in for grading, and hope you get those black labels, this is the cheapest price you're going to get in. If you just want to complete your master collection and buy singles, then that's the time to do that. If you're someone that wants to just collect slabs and get 9s and 10s for PSA, now's the time to do that. Same thing goes with if you're talking about ETBs as well as tins. Personally, I prefer the ETB, like I've mentioned before, but you've been looking at sideways action, and you could potentially see it really start to incline pretty sharp in the near future. But as far as it goes, that's kind of the main points. Once again, just reiterating what I literally just said 5 seconds ago, was, well, the main 4 points we talked about were, one, we talked about raw prices for raw prices for Hidden Fates. We talked about promo prices for the ETB. We talked about the ETB and the tin seal prices, as well as comparing it to kind of what happened with the pin collection. And then lastly as well, we talked about PSA prices and more or less the whole sentiment of the video. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but I think, you know, there's a strong argument to be made that a lot of these items have found their bottoms. They're going to start to slowly incline. I don't see, as you can tell, a V bottom is happening, but I do think we're going sideways for at least a couple more months on certain items, and some items are, like I said, already starting to go up. So if you want to get in Hidden Fates, now would, in, you know, my opinion, financial advice, be a pretty good time to do so. As I mentioned before in the video, we really made these predictions based off of the reprints and the auction blocks that occurred, that we knew from PSA back when we started to see a large amount of people send it in right before the expected time of PSA returns to occur was going to be in between September 21 to early 2022. But as far as it goes, as always, make sure if you want to enter into our weekly giveaways, leave a like, comment down below, be subscribed to the YouTube channel, post videos each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for you to like and comment, so it allows you for 3 opportunities to enter. And then on top of that as well, as far as winners go, we have 3 winners that each receive 12 Brilliant Star booster packs each and every week. So 3 opportunities to enter, 3 opportunities to win. So just all around a good chance of you winning just Pokemon product from us. And once we hit 5,000 subs, then we're going to increase the amount of product that we're going to be giving away to you guys. So can't thank you guys enough. As always, wouldn't be able to do without you guys. But as far as it goes, that is all I have for today's video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Until then, I will see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.